Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Friday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I actually just came from the gym. Don't don't judge. I figured then instead of going taking my shower and doing my things and then going live, I go live first so that it's not too late. So I heard this thing today, and it really hit me so hard because it hit home for me. And maybe some of you can relate, maybe some of you cannot relate. But so parents take P money, what's up, salam, what's going on, PK. So parents take their son to the therapist, their young son, maybe 6, 7 years old. They take their son to the therapist and ask, hey, what can we do? How can we make sure that this guy has a life of less hassles, less problems, less speed bumps, less brick walls, if you would, and so how can we do that? How can we do that? And I think the answer that the therapist gave, I think is one that we can take all the way to the end. It hits home for me because some of you know me personally, like know me. And those of you who know me know some aspects of my childhood, right? And I've never talked about my childhood. And I've never talked about my childhood. And that's something that I don't think I'm ready to talk about yet. But this particular story that I shared with you, this one hits home. So, and here's the recommendation of the therapist, right? So they take their son to the therapist saying, hey, what can we do to set this guy for a good life, not any speed bumps, all this stuff. And the therapist turns around and says, as you're joining me live, let me know you're here. I don't always know who's here, who's not here. I'd love to give a shout out to the folks who are live. So the therapist says that my recommendation is that the worst thing you can do is set this guy up for a life of no hassles, no speed bumps, no red flags, no brick walls. Because if you set him up that way, you'll never, ever prepare him for actual life, real case scenarios. You never prep him for that. And that's a dangerous place to be in the world if you're not prepared for that stuff. You know what I mean? So in a lot of ways, if you think about it, if you go back to your childhood, and this story kind of made me think a lot today. When you go back to your childhood, take a look to see if things were handed to you. Something fell down, instead of you picking it up, somebody just, hey, oh, here, let me give that to you. Or, you didn't like hustle to get stuff, at a young age. I'm talking about young age. At a fingertip, boom, it was there, right? B money, what's happening? So at a fingertip, it was there for you. You needed, let's say you grew, I don't know, whatever it was that you needed, it was provided, right? Like immediately. And if that was the case, you're not really prepared for the real life hits. And so when the real life hits, you're kind of looking for that support. where in the real life, there's not a lot of that. You're kind of on your own, right? So in a lot of ways, that kind of carries on as we age, right? As we age, we hit the first rejection we get, the first no we get, the first brick wall we get, the first thing that gets tough. What do? We look around for support. Nobody's there to pick it up, give it to us. So what do? We leave the scene. We drop it. This is a huge breakthrough, guys. Right? Think about it. We just hit a speed bump, red flag. We hit a brick wall, right? And you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, why is this happening to me? I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle this. Boom. Drop. Gone. End of the story. Quit. And that's where it comes from. I was thinking about that today. That's where it comes from. By you handing things over to people, by you making it easy, not simple, by you making it easy. Easy is very different than being simple. But you making it easy for people, you just being there, handing things to them, and you're not doing them a service. It's not helping them. Even as a parent, it's not helping the child. You see, I'll give you an example. When you go to, by no means, I've never gone to the military, because I know some of you how you think, right? I've never gone to the military. I'm not that guy. But when you go to the military, you don't have to go to it to know this. When you go to the military, what do? They prepare you. They prep you. They don't just hand crap to you. And then they say, oh, when the war comes, you got this. Let's just babysit you right now. And then when the war comes, you can shoot. No. They prep you for real life scenarios. They don't babysit you. They roughen you up. They toughen you up. They psych you up. They condition you. They train you. They work you. They prep you. And then they send you out. And then you're ready to go to the real world. Stop handing things over just like that. If you care enough, let the person work for it, hustle for it, tough enough for it, right? Do some homework, run around, get some rejection, whatever it is. Without those things, think about it. Without those things, what else would there be? It can't just be all roses and sunshine. You gotta have the wind, you gotta have the cold, right? So it's very important. If you're hitting a brick wall and you're throwing, and this was a realization for me, this was a breakthrough for me. If you're hitting a brick wall and you don't know why you're quitting, why you're just dropping things, and you're saying, looking around for that support and it's not there, and you're like, I'm over it, right? Maybe things were handed to you. Maybe it's time for you to take a look at that, and maybe you should be conscious of that and really be okay with it, because what are you going to do? You can't go back and change things and pick things up yourself, right? Why is my hoodie weird? Right? So all you can do is okay, having a breakthrough. I understand that's the situation. Okay, things were just you know. And I'm not talking like big things. It's not like they handed you like a Lamborghini or a house. I'm talking little things. You dropped your milk bottle and they just, right? Or I'm talking little things, because this is way back when, the first 8 years, right? So if you're seeing that right now, if you're facing that right now, then, like I did, step back and say, maybe that's why. Maybe I should start picking things up myself and start doing things myself. Maybe I should just go back and come at this brick wall like no other and just break through it. Right? Remember, when they take you to military, they don't just they prep you, man. Right? So, I ask you to have these breakthroughs, have these moments, be conscious of these things. If you hit something and you're like, stop for a second, hit pause, think about it, kind of start evaluating and start going back in your life, trying to connect pieces together in order to understand and to be able to improve, not to get stuck in the freaking past. See, I don't want to get stuck over there. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the reason why this is happening, so then I can improve on that. You feel me? Okay. Hopefully you got me. I don't know, I feel like this is so crooked. Anyway, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you guys. And if you got some, if you have an example that like it hits, right? I shared the story and it's like, oh my God, that totally hits, right? Share that story with us. Drop it down in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And hey, if you got value, if you care enough, then share it. Tag a couple people to this, share it on your wall, do what you gotta do, spread the love, you feel me? But drop your comments and thoughts below, your takeaways below. Let the feed grow. And until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.